Howdy, y'all. Joe Hills here, recording as I always do in Nashville, Tennessee, and the apocalypse is now. Zombies have overrun our fair nation, and there are no safe havens to flee to, there are no strongholds left, and so, as we slowly starve, holed up in basements, blockaded stairwells filled with vending machines and couches, we should play Oregon Trail, a wish-fulfillment adventure game in which we have an armored station wagon, and there is still hope of living free from the undead menace in Oregon, Washington. As you can see, I can travel the road, learn about the road, see the top 10, or resume saved game. I'm gonna travel the road. Now, there are three kinds of people that can find themselves on the road. I can be a cop from Kentucky, a clerk from Jersey City, or a lawyer from Miami. Now, I don't much care for Ohio, so lawyers out, and, you know, Kentucky, they're kind of our neighbors to the north. We don't always see eye to eye to eye. But you know what? That movie, Clerks, starring Joseph Smith, was pretty good. So I think that I will be a clerk from Joseph City. Give me my golden plates, and I'm ready to go. What is the name of the wagon leader? That is going to be me. I'm Joe Hills. What are the first names of the 4 other members in your party? Well, let's see. What should I name the 4 other riders of my apocalypse? Let's go with death, famine, pestilence. Well, doesn't look like they're going to let us have an extra E at the end, so we're just going to pluralize that to pestilence. And let's see. Death, famine, pestilence, and war. So, enter. Are these names correct? Yes. Uh-oh. Seems to be the end of the world. That's not ideal. We got green fellas hanging out of all the buildings, hanging out in the street. Let's see. It is the end of the world. You are in the ruins of Washington, D.C. You must decide when you will flee the city. Well, let's go ahead and try leaving at 4 a.m. The city is lost. The government has issued a warning to all survivors. Washington, D.C. will be wiped out with a nuclear strike. That doesn't really sound like our government. That sounds like the Russian or Soviet government, for those of you who like to live in the past. But either way, we have a limited number of hours to gather supplies, so let's get on that. Hello, stranger. You fleeing for your life as well, are you? I can help you out. You need... See, I can't read stuff with this sort of like... I don't know, there's a word for this. Mark Twain did it when he was writing his novels. When they got the inflection in the text, it's difficult for me to read that aloud. Anyway, I need gas, I need medkits, and I need food. I also need another list of things. Ammo, spare parts, and money. I have 16 hours to scavenge. Oh, man. I guess if I had left later in the day, I could have had more things. Dang it. Oh well. Travel for 4 hours on 1 tank of gas. I recommend at least 24 tanks of gas. I can grab 8 tanks an hour. So let's go ahead and scavenge for 3 hours. Done. Food. That we will need 200 ounces per person. I have 5 people. So I need 1,000 food. And so, well, let's see. I'll just spend 8 hours scavenging for food. So I've spent 11 hours of my 16 so far. Dang it. So medkits, we'll say 1 hour on medkits. Ammo, well, we've only got 4 hours left. So let's say 1 hour on ammo, 1 hour on spare parts. Oh, dang it. Well, I'm not going to have time scavenging for other stuff too, am I? Well, I've spent 16 hours already. And so I'm not going to have any money, am I? Well, let's say I spend... No, I don't have that time. Well, okay. So we're just going to go without money. That's fine. We are the 5 station wagonsmen of the apocalypse. Spacebar to flee the city. Well then, Governor, you're ready to start. Good luck. You have a long and difficult journey ahead... What? Look, see, it used to be ya and stranga and all this, and now he's just talking like a normal folk. I can't read it. From Washington, D.C., it is 230 miles to Pittsburgh. I'm assuming that's where I'm going. So I press spacebar to continue, and okay, now we're making some real progress. Zombie activity is medium. Health is good. I got lost on a backcountry road for an hour. That's great. I lost an hour. Stupid backcountry roads between DC and Pittsburgh. Super inconvenient. Dang it, now war has a broken leg. Uh-oh, zombie activity is high. We're still 80 miles, 50 miles now. It's interesting, the game kind of seems to... Uh-oh, blizzard. What does that mean? So we've got zombies, we got blizzards. How did War even break his leg? Was he playing footsie with death again? I told the two of them to not do that. You know, and if they start touching pestilence, we're just going to have all sorts of trouble. Well, Pittsburgh looks fun. You know, it's a marked improvement over the Pittsburgh of yore. Anyway, so let's see. I guess I should probably stop to rest for, we'll say 6 hours, because that'll be daylight again. Hopefully we're not, you know. Now that does burn food. I think people eat every hour even if they're resting, which is silly. I don't really understand everything about this game. Let's see. Fuel 21, food. Yeah, we're fine. Let's, oh, kill party member. Option number 6. I like it. I think, though, because we have no money and, you know, we don't really need anything, the best thing we can do here is just continue on the road. Actually, change pace and food rations. We are currently at a steady pace. Let's, kick that up to strenuous. Rations down to meager. Yeah, and continue. You must cross a horde of zombies in order to continue on the road. The horde in front of you is currently medium in size and appears to be ravenous, as in of or pertaining to ravens. So, we can attempt to sneak through, break out weapons and clear a path, hire mercenaries, or wait to see if they disperse. We are here, it is 8 a.m., it's time to go. Break out weapons and clear a path. Okay, the wagon was overrun by zombies while fighting the horde. We lost 50 ounces of food. That's fine, I'll just cut their food rations back further. All they do is sit in the back and play footsie anyway. Famine is sick with the fever. I told him not to touch pestilence. No one ever listens. I'm trying to drive here, you know? All I want to do is just drive my little station wagon across the country. We're out of water, can't find anything nearby, everyone's dehydrated. As far as I can tell, you can't even buy water in this game. It's just doing that to be a jerk to me. So that means that everyone's health is going to be horrible now, probably. And I found some wild fruit. Well, at least, you know, while everybody else is playing footsie and getting sick, you know, I'm capable of getting stuff done. I found fruit, fellas. What have you been doing? Nothing helpful. So it looks like we're in a mall, and there are zombies here too. This seems to be a recurring theme. We should probably stop to rest, but the longer I stop and rest, the more of a problem it'll be that it is nighttime, which will be higher zombie activity. So, let's just go ahead and rest for 2 hours, and then we will get back on the road at 3 p.m. That's not ideal. Famine is still sick, so maybe we should stop and rest for an additional, let's just say 2 hours. And famine is getting worse. Should I use a med kit? Can I heal famine? Good. Famine is now up to higher health. It is 5 p.m. Zombies are about to be everywhere. So, that to me says continue on the road before the zombies get here. Okay, we gotta get to Indianapolis. I've only been to Indianapolis once, and by to Indianapolis or in Indianapolis, I mean, I kind of was through Indianapolis. Okay, at least Famine's not sick anymore. And by once, I was technically through it twice. You pass a gravestone. Would you like to take a closer look? Yeah! Here lies Andy. Pepperoni and cheese. Uh-oh. Well, that doesn't look ideal. Seems like Andy's a little bit, you know, ready to come shoot at me. Oh, that's cute. When I put the bullet in him, there's a little bow that comes up on his head or something. Blizzard again. Come on. What does that even... Does that just slow me down, or... Okay, so we seem to be in Indianapolis. Anyway, when I passed through Indianapolis, I was amazed that no one was, you know, being complete jerks at rush hour. Like, the traffic was moving perfectly, even though it was, like, 5 p.m. and everybody was going home from work or whatever. And I was on the interstate. I think part of the secret might have been the high quantity of policemen that were out. There was just, like, a cop car every, like, half mile. You could see one when you passed the other. So I think that probably just keeps everybody, you know, in line, if you will. It's 4 a.m. We're continuing on the road. 212 miles to the next landmark. That's fine. I kind of miss station wagons. I really liked that they had those little seats in the back that you could flip up when I was a kid. I thought that was so cool. You could look out the back. Pestilence wandered off and you couldn't find them. So wait, is Pestilence just gone? Do I literally just not have one of my people? Pestilence is dead. What? How is that fair? You wandered off and I couldn't find them? Really? Really? Like I can't use a med kit, can I, on him to like bring him back? Pestilence is dead and cannot be healed. Okay, that's a little cheap, guys. But okay, fine. You know what we're gonna do? We are gonna move at a grueling pace. And we're gonna go to bare bones meals. Because, you know what? The rest of you guys are being punished. You should... I told you, buddy system. War, you're not supposed to touch Pestilence, but you are supposed to keep an eye on him. Gosh, it's not that hard. Look, we're in farmland now. Pestilence loved farmland. He always wanted to see farmland. And Chicago as well. You know, when I actually drove through Indianapolis those times, it was on my way to and from Chicago, and I was so tired. Chicago's like a 16-hour drive from Nashville. I was by myself doing it solo, and I'm coming into the city, and I see this huge building in front of me, and I think to myself, wow, that's like the tallest thing I've ever seen. And then I realized, oh, wait, that's the Sears Tower. That is not like the tallest thing I've ever seen. That is literally the tallest thing I've ever seen. There is not a thing that is taller than it, at least not a man-made thing. A thief stole 42 ounces of food from my station wagon. That thief is a jerk. I dislike him. Oh, I should be resting, shouldn't I? Everybody's probably super sick, huh? And tired. I got lost on a country road for an hour. Wonderful. Yeah, everybody's kind of getting low in health. We're gonna continue, though, and we'll rest when we get to this place. Sorry, guys, I was excited about my Chicago story, and I wasn't really paying attention to your needs for, let's just say 9 hours, because that'll put us through the morning-ish. But yeah, Chicago was really neat. I went there for C2E2 in the first year, and it was fun. I had a little booth where I was selling my comics and whatnot. I don't know if any of y'all are from Chicago. If y'all are from any of these cities and there's like conventions and whatnot that you want me to attend and like come hang out with you at, let me know, because a lot of whether or not I show up at something is going to be determined by if people who are there want to meet me. Oh good, famine is coming down with cholera. So even though Pestilence wandered off, he's still with us in spirit. And I believe our lungs. Is cholera a lung disease? Maybe. Let's see, what do I know from Kipling? We got the cholera in camp, and it's worse than 40 fights. We're dying in the wilderness the same as Israelites. It's before us and behind us, and we cannot get away. Well, no, sorry. Unfortunately, the Mr. Kipling in question did not list what part of the body the cholera directly affects. So let's try resting for 1 hour and seeing if famine gets any better. No, famine got a lot sicker. So we are going to use a med kit on famine. And we are going to rest again and see if that helps. 2 hours. Any good? No. Let's try another 2 hours and see. Nope, famine just keeps getting deader. Dang it. Well, we can always use another med kit on him if that is going to be what we need. Oh, wait, no, famine got better, it looks like. So, excellent. I say we'll give this another hour to make sure that it actually took. Excellent. Okay, continuing on the road. Famine is no longer sick.